was the summer of 1991, and I recruited Michelle to come and join our staff in the mayor's office. And in connection with her joining, I had an opportunity to meet her then fiance, Barack Obama, and the three of us had dinner, and I got to have a sense of them as a couple, kind of this unusually close relationship. They're each other's best friend, they're kindred spirits, and I watched how much respect he had for her as she was going through this process of trying to figure out what direction her career should take. I thought he was a very unusual and gifted person. I'd heard about him by reputation because of being the first editor-in-chief that's African-American of the Harvard Law Review, so his reputation preceded himself. But I think what I was struck by then and what I have found remarkable over the years is how grounded he is, what a decent person he is at his core. The fact that he's so talented and his career could have taken him in a variety of different directions, yet he's chosen to commit his life to community service and to make first our district and then our state and now our country stronger and better. And I've always just been struck by his judgment, his ability to listen, his empathy for those who have less than he has, and his just pure qualities of leadership and strength and courage to fight for what he believes in. Barack's record when it comes to women is absolutely clear. I think it starts again with having been raised by a single mom who understands how important it is to have equal pay, who understands how important it is for women to have the right to choose, who understands how important it is to figure out how we can support through health care and daycare and education, women's challenge to raise their children, families' challenges to raise their children. Women can affect the outcome of this election. I think that the choice is clear. Senator Clinton said it very well when she endorsed Barack Obama, when she said, if you believe in my vision for the country, then the choice is clear. You have to go with Barack Obama. So the woman who broke the glass ceiling for so many women, I think, and really was a symbol for our country, has firmly gotten behind Barack, and it's because she understands the vision that he shares, just as all the women who've been working throughout the country on behalf of our campaign understand each and every day.
And whether you voted for me or you voted for Barack, the time is now to unite as a single party with a single purpose.
Well, all you have to do is think about what John McCain has done over the course of his career. Tell me when he stood up for women. Tell me where he's voted on legislation that was important to women. Tell me what the Supreme Court will look like under his leadership.
John McCain doesn't think 47 million people without health insurance is a crisis. John McCain wants to privatize Social Security, and in 2008, he still thinks it's okay when women don't earn equal pay for equal work.
So let's look first, at John McCain, and then let's think about Barack Obama and his track record and how much he's done for women in the course of his life, and how he has been fighting on our behalf each and every day of his professional career. And the choice is stark. I mean, that's the good thing, is that it's such an obvious choice. And then I say, just imagine what will happen if we don't do absolutely everything possible to win. And it begins with our grassroots organization. It goes to voter registration. We're coming up on the deadline in many states for registration. People have got to get out and help us register to vote. And then it's going to be election day, and we got to show up at the polls. So we can't do this without women. We need their support. We need them working each and every day. And how proud we're all going to be on January 20th when we feel that this isn't just about Barack Obama. This was our campaign. I've been just so touched by so many experiences that we've had on the campaign trail. One I can tell you is that we were leaving Texas after a debate, and Barack had the flu, and it was early in the morning, and he's not a morning person, as so many of us are not, and we were in the elevator. And as we were going down, there was an elderly gentleman who'd been our elevator operator during our time there. And as we landed on the ground floor, he kind of steeled himself and he said, "Senator Obama, I have something for you." And he said, "What?" And he handed him a patch, and it was his military patch. And Barack said, "Oh, I can't possibly accept your military patch." And he said, "I've carried this military patch with me every day for 40 years. And I want to give it to you because it'll give you the strength that it's given me." And so after, a lot of, "I don't want to take it, I don't want to take it," the gentleman said, "Sir, I insist. You have to accept this badge." So of course I'm crying just as you're about to cry now, and I even think I saw a tear in one of the agents' eyes. And so later in the day I said, "What do you do with that when that happens? How do you deal with that? And he said, I put it in my pocket. And I thought, what do you mean? You put it in the pocket? I mean, emotionally, how do you deal with it? And he said, no, let me show you. So he takes out of his pocket, and he had about 12 or 13 different trinkets that people had given him along the campaign trail. And he said, this was this woman who I met in South Carolina, and, you know, her son had been killed in the war, and so she said that he'd carry this with him when he was there, and they sent it back to him. I mean, he literally could tell you every single story. And he said, this is what gives me the strength to keep fighting for the American people. It's those stories.